Hello everyone, welcome, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And what we're going to be making today is, as you saw in the introduction, is this floral border. And I don't have anything here now, but I just wanted to show you real quickly there's a couple things you can do. You can draw out your design ahead of time if you want, or you can just paint loosely like I'm going to be doing. And also another thing you can do is you can make a little curve line, which I kind of like to do, so hopefully you can see that. And I'm just going to make a bit of an arch of a curved line. And so what that means is I'm just going to try to keep my design over in this area. So if that's helpful for you, then that's awesome. And then also when you make your floral design, you're trying to figure it out, try to use odd numbers. I think I've said that before. And then also put your bigger flowers in the corner, or make those the focal point, and then start filling in from there and going. So I start from the center and go out. Just a couple quick tips. So let's go ahead and put on speed play and get started. Our last step, what we're going to do, this is optional, of course, you can leave it just as it is, and I did fill in a little bit off video, but I'm going to do a wet on wet technique. I really like doing this, and again, it's completely up to you if you want to do it, but I'm going to just, in the opposite border, I think it kind of helps balance out the painting, is I'm going to put some color. So I'm laying down some water just so it's a little glossy, not too heavy. And then you just decide what kind of color that you want in there. I'm going to go with the blues. So it could be like a sky, or it could just be color that you're just putting in, laying in. I'm going to have the most saturated color in the corner. And just kind of, just play with it. Now, if you don't have the best paper for this, you do want to have a higher quality paper. This isn't super great quality, but it's not bad. It's Arteza 100%, or no, it's not 100%. It's 140 pound, which at least I would say would be the minimum that you would want when you're working with a paper, because that heavier weight helps to hold these watercolor washes. So if you don't have the best paper for something like this, to basically you could just do as a wash. In other words, just do a light color of the blue or whatever color you're going to pick all over the paper, and that would certainly work as well. you don't have to do this technique. And then you could do that also, just like paint it on when it's dry, you know, dry on, or wet on dry is what it would be called. So I'm just going to now kind of soften the edges. I think I'm going to actually put a little more paint here, and then I'm going to just dab away some of it as well. Got my Kleenex. A Kleenex is like a great tool, at least I found. It adds so much texture and just makes it easier to lift the paint off, and it doesn't leave marks like paper towel will. So I'm just going to kind of go back in, and you could, depends how light or how dark you go is going, you know, that's going to affect what is left behind. And then I'm just going to scrub this out a little bit more here. I don't really want any lines anywhere. I'm trying to just make it blend super, super well from the white to the blue. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and we'll be back. To finish up, this is another optional step that you can do, but I'm going to just take a really, really light color blue here, and I'm going to just knock on some little splatters. Hoping this is light. I'm trying to make it light. And again, it's up to you if you want to do this step. I kind of like it. Why not? You can also go in with some white as well, just to create a little more texture. I'm just going to add a few little, I guess it's more than a few, white dots, splashes, and then I'm just, there we go. Not gonna hit the brush on brush like I did another time, in another video. So, okay, so this will need to dry, but basically that's what you're gonna end up with. So let's take the tape off and, you know, tweak that. And I may end up, like I said, I always go back and forth and kind of tweak things, but that is pretty much the project. So let's pull this off. Let's see if my tape held. It's always hard for it to hold where I do those really dark corners, but looks pretty good. And yeah, there you go. Look how good that looks. I love it. I hope you can see it. I always say that, and I think you're in frame. Yep. All right, that's the project, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And if you did, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and also I appreciate your comments. Let me know what you liked or what you would do differently or what flowers that you like. And anyway, I hope to see you next time at our next tutorial. And in the meantime, remember that you are amazing and creative, and have a wonderful and healthy week. See you later. Bye.